Hello everybody, this is Yadav Vajayanti on behalf of Group 14 presenting our research protocol along with my co-reporter Yadav Abhishek. Now to start with our presentation, the title of our research is Cognizance of Vitamin D's Significance Among Working Class of New Delhi in Terms of Opted Lifestyle and Diet Changes During COVID-19 Pandemic. This is a descriptive research. The issue which our research seeks to address or our problem statement is how much aware working class individuals from New Delhi are regarding vitamin D's significance, its deficiency symptoms, supplementation, and natural food sources. By addressing this state of awareness, we are trying to achieve, or what our general objective is, to better understand the role of individual consumer characteristics in predicting the attitudes, adoption intentions, and all the patterns related to vitamin D deficiency and supplementation uses growth which is witnessed over time. For that, we need some specific objectives, and these are to determine what proportion of subjects are using supplements as a major source of their vitamin D and why is that so, to determine how much sunlight exposure hours subjects are getting, to determine what other vitamin D sources they are using, and if they are facing any vitamin D related symptoms. The explanation we would like to propose to support our research is the hypothesis that awareness and willingness to take control of one's diet plays a main role in determining the extent of vitamin deficiency and uses of supplementation. During COVID-19 pandemic, this awareness have increased regarding vitamin D deficiency and people are inclining towards more supplementation uses. Now, how our study is adding something to the literature and what is its significance? This can be explained as during the time of pandemic, many patients with severe symptoms of COVID were found to have other serious systemic comorbidities, most of which were related to deficiency of vitamin D. So hypovitaminosis D increases the risk for viral respiratory infections. This awareness could make the case to Health Ministry and Food and Nutrition Board in India, which can lead to implementation of more awareness programs and actions that potentially improve the vitamin D levels. Also, it can impress upon the practicing physicians about the gravity of vitamin D deficiency problem so that they may take necessary caution and care in diagnosis and treatment. Also, during lockdown, there is a major portion of the population which are prone to being indoors for long hours due to the work from home arrangements. On the other hand, there are other section of the population which have ample free time on their hands, and that's why they are prone to excessive sunlight exposure. Therefore, non-government organizations and social workers during this time, with the help of our study, may collaborate with government to educate people on preventive measures so that they can prevent them for the risk of skin cancers through excessive sun exposure, and that's why it can lead to better health policy making. Lastly, our research mainly focuses in knowing about the role of individual attitudes and preferences of the new generation, especially during pandemic. Therefore, proper fortification and marketing or use of supplements can be encouraged in better ways now once knowledge, interest and preferences of the people are well known. In our background, we have got to know that most of the vitamin D deficiency is most common nutritional deficiency and possibly the most common medical condition globally. In humans, vitamin D can be obtained though by many sources: cutaneous synthesis, natural foodstuffs, fortified foodstuffs, exogenous supplements. But despite this and despite adequate sunshine, the prevalence of vitamin D deficiency has been rising in India, and it have got more pronounced during COVID-19 times. Several factors used to contribute in vitamin D deficiency earlier, like fear of darkening, clothing habits, increased atmospheric pollution, lack of adequate dietary sources. But now the major reasons are COVID-19 pandemic, repeated lockdowns, and also lack of awareness is a major concern. During our literature review, a look at the existing literature allowed us to analyze, synthesize, and critically evaluate it to give a clear picture of the state of knowledge on the subject. And throughout the literature review, we have come across many studies such as the composition and availability of various vitamin D preparations in the Indian market, journals on fortification of food with vitamin D in India, changing trend in vitamin D states from 2008 to 2016, and studies on vitamin D deficiency and comorbidities in COVID-19 patients. But a major limitation of all the studies dealing with low levels of vitamin D and disease is the fact that there are hardly any studies which are targeted on cognizance of people regarding vitamin D and its sources. So that is the root cause because of which we see all the patterns in the market about the supplementation and the vitamin D serum levels, and that is not yet addressed. Also, it is not established by any studies whether supplementation or natural source is better option over the other, and which option is preferred by people. Therefore, we felt that it is important to study the evolution of cognizance of people about vitamin D and its supplements in this pre-supplementation area. Now I'll hand over the presentation to Yadav Abhishek for the next part. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Yadav Abhishek. So now the methods used. First, the research design. We used descriptive quantitative based survey research, and the subjects. The inclusion and exclusion criteria are as follows, in which we included 300 working class individuals in North Delhi, and we employed a non-probability purposive sampling for chosen population after applying the inclusion and exclusion criteria. The data collection methods. The instrument used here is a self-directed survey method for which a questionnaire is developed. Data was collected through Google form whose link is mentioned below, and here is the look at our questionnaire, and these are the operative definitions of variables and parameters used. Now let's move on to data processing. Predominantly multiple choice survey will be used. Validation of questionnaire was done by assessing data using a small pre-test in 10 subjects. The test participants were contacted for feedback and understanding. The Cronbach alpha was estimated to be 0.7, suggesting good internal consistency. Data analysis. It was done using SPSS. Descriptive statistics were used. Statistical tools such as means, frequency distribution, etc. are used. These are the references used for literature review, and here is the timetable of how our research proceeded. The tables below contains data related to our budget, and this is the dummy table based on what we are using in our research. Now at last, all thanks to the contributors of the research. Thank you and have a nice day.